Are you tired of barely getting by every month, no matter how hard you work? What if I told you that you could free up 20% of your salary without drastically changing your lifestyle? Sounds impossible, right? Well, stick with me, because today I'm sharing 5 budget hacks that are so simple, yet so powerful, they'll change the way you look at your money. You've probably heard the usual advice: cook at home, cut subscriptions, and save more. But if you've tried that and it still doesn't seem enough, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to take it a step further and show you budgeting strategies that actually work. So, what's the first thing you can do to start freeing up 20% of your salary? Let's dive in. 1. Use the rule of 1 to curb impulse spending. How many times have you found yourself buying something you didn't really need, just because it caught your eye? We all fall into the trap of impulse buying at some point. But here's the thing: millionaires don't make decisions in the heat of the moment. They know the value of waiting and reflecting before making a purchase. So, how does this work? Try the rule of 1. For every $100 you plan to spend, you need to wait at least 1 full day before making that purchase. It's simple but effective. If you see a $30 shirt, wait 8 hours. For something larger, like a $1,000 sofa, you wait 10 full days. This might sound extreme, but here's why it works. When you give yourself a little time to think, you'll often realize that you don't really need the item at all. And if you do end up going for it after waiting, at least you've made the decision more thoughtfully. This single habit can instantly stop that cycle of unnecessary purchases that drain your finances, helping you save hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars every year. By removing that instant gratification impulse, you're building a habit of thoughtful spending, which frees up money for the things that really matter. Plus, it gives you time to consider whether you truly want or need the item, which leads to less buyer's remorse and a clearer path to saving. 2. Preload gift cards for your problem categories. Do you find yourself overspending in certain areas, like dining out or online shopping? You're not alone. But the trick is to create firm boundaries around these categories to stop the temptation before it starts. That's where the gift card hack comes in. Preload a gift card for the specific category you tend to overspend on. For example, if you set aside $100 each month for dining out, buy a Visa gift card with that exact amount and only use it for restaurants. Once it's gone, you're done with that category for the month. The beauty of this strategy is that it creates an immediate limit and forces you to stick to it. No excuses, no swiping over your budget. This method is like putting your money in a virtual envelope that only allows you to spend what's preloaded. It makes sure you don't go over your set budget without feeling restricted, and you'll always know exactly how much you can spend without guilt. If you want to avoid unnecessary spending, this simple system gives you total control, especially in areas where you know temptation is high, like dining out or spontaneous online purchases. 3. Do regular check-ins to stay on track. Setting a budget is one thing, but sticking to it throughout the month? That's the hard part. What often happens is that you set your budget, forget about it, and then find yourself overspending by the end of the month. The solution? Regular check-ins. Set aside time once a week to review your spending. Whether it's a quick glance at your expenses through your bank app or using a budgeting tool, just checking in on your spending habits regularly can make all the difference. You'll spot those small leaks in your budget before they turn into big holes. It's not just about looking at the numbers, but being honest with yourself. If you find that you're overspending in one area like eating out or entertainment, you can course correct before the month is over. This simple habit keeps you mindful of your goals and gives you a chance to adjust before things get out of hand. A quick weekly check-in makes it easier to keep your priorities in focus and ensures that your spending stays within your limits. Plus, it's always easier to fix small mistakes along the way than to try to recover a full month of overspending. 4. Measure spending in time, not dollars. Here's an interesting trick that will make your money feel more real. Start measuring your spending in terms of how much time you need to work to pay for something, not just the dollar amount. So, let's say you're looking at a $60 dinner bill. Instead of thinking of it as $60, think about how many hours you need to work to cover that dinner. If you make $15 an hour, it's going to take you 4 hours of work to pay for that meal. Suddenly, that meal feels a lot more expensive, doesn't it? This trick forces you to think about the actual value of your time and how much you're trading it for things that aren't always necessary. It helps you prioritize what's truly worth spending your hard-earned time on. Every time you go to make a purchase, ask yourself, how many hours of work am I willing to trade for this? This little mindset shift can drastically change how you think about your spending and free up money you'd otherwise waste on non-essentials. By associating your purchases with your work hours, you not only become more conscious of what you're buying, but you also build a deeper appreciation for your time. This small change in perspective can help you become more deliberate about your financial decisions and steer you away from unnecessary splurges. 5. Use reverse budgeting to save first, spend later. The traditional approach to budgeting often means you pay your bills, buy the things you need, and then save whatever's left, which usually isn't much. The problem is, whatever's left usually gets spent too. So how do millionaires save first and live comfortably without sacrificing fun? They reverse the process. With reverse budgeting, you save first, then budget the rest. This means that as soon as your paycheck hits your account, you automatically set aside your savings before you even think about spending. You could even automate this process with your bank so that the savings happen on autopilot. For example, if you earn $5,000 a month, you set aside $1,200 for savings, and you're left with $3,800 to cover your bills and expenses. This method is powerful because it ensures you're always prioritizing your financial future, and it makes it harder to spend on impulse when you know your savings have already been taken care of. The key here is to pay yourself first. This habit trains your mind to treat savings as a non-negotiable expense, just like your rent or utilities. The earlier you implement this method, the sooner you'll start seeing your savings grow. By making your savings a priority, you'll start building momentum toward your long-term goals. And the best part? You'll spend less time stressing about how much is left over at the end of the month because you've already taken care of what matters most. And there you have it, 5 budget hacks that can free up 20% of your salary instantly. These habits aren't about depriving yourself, they're about creating smarter, more intentional ways to handle your money. By taking small, consistent steps, you'll not only build better financial habits but also create more freedom and opportunities for yourself down the line. Which habit are you excited to try first? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, like it, share it with a friend who needs these tips, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another money-saving hack. You've got this, let's keep building wealth together. See you in the next video?